Now, I give the floor to Mr. Rabi.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me? Thank you very much, Sharif. If I'm wearing this national dress here today, it's because of Sharif. Because since we arrived here, he has... Thank you. Can you hear me? Okay. So, Assalamu alaikum, first of all.
Introduce yourself.
My name is Rabi Al-Haddad. I am representing the United Nations Institute for Training and Research with my colleague Emily Fraser, who is on the left side. We are based in Geneva, but coming here based on the invitation of Sharif. And the reason why I'm wearing this national dress is because of Sharif, because since we arrived here, he has surrounded us like a falcon with the right wing of hospitality and the left wing of generosity. So thank you very much for the invitation and for everything you have done for us here. I'm speaking from this table so that we transform this discussion between us into a real round table. If you are still present in this room, this means that you are still interested to listen to what is going to take place. So please make it interactive, ask questions, challenge us, interrupt us, do whatever is necessary. We're going to try to make an effort so that our presentation lasts for 1.5 minutes, like Sharif said, but we don't promise anything. Few words about UNITAR. The Institute is the training arm of the United Nations. It was founded 50 years ago. It trains international decision makers and reinforces the skills of countries and ministries in general in 3 specific fields: peace, security, diplomacy, governance, and environmental governance. Now, there was this morning a speech done by Mr. Osman Ghani. I think he is still here. Yes. And his speech struck me because it's a very important speech. He spoke about 2 key elements related to today. He spoke about the vision and the competitive advantage that countries and organizations need to have today. And during times of crisis, you need to reinvent always your competitive advantage and your niche. And this is why we are having this roundtable, because environmental governance and business could be the future niche of Fujairah. Few words just to illustrate why we think it is important. In the past, when you were in the United Nations 50 years ago and you spoke about environment, people would look at you like as if you are an outer space alien. And in the Charter of the United Nations that represents international legality, there is no mention of the word environment. And in all international organizations created up until the 1970s, there is no mention of the word environment. The word environment started appearing since the 1970s. And there was also a huge lack of public-private partnership. For international organizations to cooperate with the private sector, it used to be considered impossible and something out of the extraordinary. Today, it's just the contrary. Today you have something called the Global Compact and private-public partnership with the United Nations and international organizations. Problems of the past were always managed only on the national level or on the bilateral level. Today, with the fall of the Berlin Wall and governance and globalization, you are living with problems that are interdependent and of global nature and that necessitate global action. And this is why today all the problems need to be solved on the multilateral level and no longer on the unilateral level. And this is why today you see that you have an opportunity in front of you as representatives of the business sector. What is the opportunity? You have $100 billion waiting for you from now until the year 2020. These are promises that are made by industrialized nations to developing states to help them achieve carbon neutrality and enhance their industries so that their industries become green industries and they achieve green growth. So this is why we are having this roundtable. If you have any questions, ask it. It's an opportunity. But the most important is that this opportunity aligns itself on the values and provides legitimacy and adheres to the vision and the values that are the values of the clients and the values of the international business community. So I hope it was 2-3 minutes. Thank you very much.
Thanks. That's why it's very effective. And you want to add something?
This is better. I think this is working. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're all here today to discuss the development of Fujairah, and I'd like to thank all the speakers that have come before me for their fascinating talks. Development effectiveness, I consider, comes from firstly reviewing past experience, and secondly chartering the way forward. If we look at the UAE's experience, we have Abu Dhabi and Dubai. Abu Dhabi has Mazda, Arena, really core values that they've invested in. Dubai, the same, finance, banking. So what we need for Fujairah is a vision, an idea that we all believe in, that we can all come together and invest in ourselves. And I really see a lot of potential from the people I've met whilst I've been here today, the high-level people that are investing in Fujairah. There's such a lot that can be done here. And we really need to canalize this energy and this ambition that we have and really put it in the right direction. So coming from the United Nations tends to see leadership as being the role of the government. But standing here today, leadership is coming from you, the private sector. So the United Nations have a role to engage you in multilateral diplomacy, engage you in where the decisions are being taken on the multilateral level, strengthening partnerships between the private sector and the public sector. And this also involves engaging people too. So you have engagement and strengthening of people, private sector and public sector. And in order to do so, in order to engage and strengthen partnerships, we need to develop a vision for Fujairah. This vision can be the green economy, green growth, and I'd like to present ideas such as green investment, clean technologies, new technologies, sustainable development, ways that we can move forward together. Thank you.
In line with what the two earlier speakers have said, it's also important to bear in mind that throughout today we talked about the fact that Fujairah is a very beautiful place. It's got a lot of tourist potential. So I do believe that the vision of development of Fujairah should not destroy the very foundations of its attractiveness. And even from that perspective, I think it makes a lot of sense to look for something along the lines of clean and green and new forms of energy. I come from a company that voluntarily came to Fujairah to be in the clean business. We make solar cells. And I would like to offer to Mr. Sharif that we could be an anchor investor to help build downstream businesses that actually use solar, both in photovoltaics and thermal, to the advantage of the community and the society at large, which will give an opportunity to create industry, to create growth, and give a focus that is different from the rest of the players in the region and unique to Fujairah itself.
Thank you, Mr. Anjan. For now, I'd really like to leave the floor for a couple questions because it's very important. Please, I've just asked, is there a mic there, or can you?
Only for the camera. I'm sorry. Sorry.